Mentors, books, tutorials, and resources. We keep looking for them to learn from. But there are a lot of things that we can learn by just observing the work of great designers as well as great companies. So in this video, we are going to look at Uber app and what can we learn from them. Let's look at the first thing that we can learn from Uber. Uber has created a really simple app, but it's not boring. What they have done is they have made it aesthetically pleasing, and if you compare them to any of their competitors like Ola, Rapido, they have created a beautiful app with the use of very simple colors, but using the illustrations and icons which are colorful and adds up to the experience. And there's an effect that explains why it works. It's called aesthetic usability effect. It says that if something looks nice, we also assume it to be easier to use. And that is the same thing that Uber has played on. So if you look at the app, you'll see that they have used very simple text and black and white gray colors to go with it. But if you look at the package, the shuttle, the promo, the illustrations that they have used, the offers that they have, the plans, they have used beautiful illustrations to add on to the personality and make it look vibrant. That surely is a very good way of keeping the users and make them feel that the app is superior. That leads me to the second point. When you are actually finding a cab, it can take up to 5 minutes. And Uber knows that if they let you be, you'll move on to the next app and not look at it or even cancel it. So what they do is they use good illustrations and messages to keep you in the app. This actually connects to the second law. It's called Doherty's threshold, which says that if it takes more than 400 milliseconds for a product to respond, it will feel like too long. That's why you will see Uber keeping you engaged with all these messages, illustrations, and things like that. And it's not just Uber. You'll see the same happening in apps like Zomato, where they actually give you a lot of quirky copies, something to laugh about, something to smile about. And while you are reading that, they actually loads everything in the background to show you that. If you're liking the way Zomato and Uber are handling your waiting time experience, I'm sure you're liking this video as well. So make sure to like the video as well as subscribe to the channel so that we can keep bringing back great and fresh content for you guys. So let's go back to observation number 3. It's an observation about where all the things are placed in the Uber app. So if you look at it, when you are actually selecting the vehicle or confirming your pickup location, you'll see that everything is located just where your thumb is. So it's very easy for you to select the vehicle that you want to choose from, and as soon as you do that, you can confirm over here, and the pickup location thing, you can confirm the pickup location just from the bottom, and your thumb doesn't have to move a lot to locate it. And the buttons are very big in size so that you don't miss it. Even the vehicles, the tiles were big enough in size so that you can click on it and select it. It actually is a derivation of Fitts law that Uber has used. It says that the bigger and closer the button is to the thumb, it is easier to tap. And that's why if you see, everything is located towards the bottom half of it, and you can just tap on it and move to the next screen and the next screen and the next screen. That leads me to the fourth observation, and it's about basically how they have positioned all the options. So while you're selecting the vehicle, what they have done is they only show you 3 options, and the selected one would be based on your last preference or the last selection that you have made. It works because of power of defaults, which says that people are less likely to change the default option. And if you want to learn more about it, how power of defaults work and how it plays with our mind and makes us choose things, you should definitely check this video out on power of defaults. But in this case, you'll see that they have reduced the options, but you can still access all the options by just scrolling. And once you scroll, you'll see that there are a lot of options like e-rickshaw, Uber Prime, and you can choose from it as you like. Let's talk about the next observation. It's about how they have arranged the things on the screen. If you look at it, the Uber Auto, the pricing, the time it will take, and the auto icon, those things are closer to each other so that they look as one option, and similarly for other conveyance methods as well. This actually works because of laws of proximity. We tend to group things which are closer to each other. And if you want a bad example of it, you don't have to go far. You go to the Your Trips, and if you scroll a little bit, you'll not be able to understand if the date, time, and the pricing is with the above thing or the below thing, right? Because if it's cancelled, it looks both like it is with the above map as well as below map. So this is a poor example of laws of proximity. Let's talk about the next observation from Uber app. So if you go to the account section, what you'll see is that they have actually added gray backgrounds behind help, wallet, trips, as well as the safety checkup. But anywhere else in the app, they are not actually using it that often. But why they are doing it over here? This is actually explained by law law of common region. It actually states that elements are perceived to be in groups if they share the common background or there is a boundary that separates it with everything else. So if you go to booking a particular ride, what you'll see is there is a boundary that separates the selected option, which is the, in this case right now, let's say Uber Go option, with all the other options like Uber Auto, Connect, and so on and so forth. So if you have the same boundary around the things or there's a common background to it, it actually works as one group. Let's talk about my last observation, which is if you go to services, you'll see there are 7 things. By why only 7, not more than that? There's an explanation to it, and it is explained by Miller's law. Miller's law states that an average person can only keep 5 plus minus 2, which means up to 7 things in their working memory and no more than that. That's why Uber has smartly designed it in a way that they only have 7 things for people so that they can easily remember what all those things are. These were a few observations I've made about the Uber app. If you have some more, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, you should check this video out on UX laws, where Rakshita has explained this in much detail in how can you use it. I'll see you in that video. Till then, happy designing.